the Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
The East is where we're from.
Come on in.
12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom, shalom.
In 721 BC, the Assyrian king, he took us down, we fell.
Hit the like button. Come on.
With a great escape, we went through the Euphrates. The Lord held the water still.
To a land where no mankind dwelt.
To a land where no mankind dwelt. We went. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we be.
Come on.
Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel.
Shalom, shalom. How are you?
The North American Indian.
Hit the like button.
Simeon, the Dominicans, our highest gathering Israel. The Arabs and Africans told us.
Arabs and Africans at gunpoint.
Together our wives and children then sold
They
us.
sold us. We're going to talk about that tonight.
In the belly of these great ships we traveled in fear. By the rivers of Babylon we found our brothers here. A higher gatherer in Colombia, Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans, a highest gathering Israel, Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians,
Levi the Haitians.
a highest gathering Israel.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, hit the like button. I'm bringing Lawya in. Asher, come on.
Asher in Colombia, Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans, that's who we be, Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians,
They are.
Levi, the Haitians, Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. From Panama, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans.
What he's doing?
Our highest gathering Israel.
That's right, brothers and sisters. The Most High's gather in Israel. I'm Elder Rawchaa, along with Elder Lawya, with our weekly broadcast, podcast, whatever you would like to call it. All praises be to the Most High, Ahaya, Ashah, Ahaya. That's the God of Israel. That's the name which have been hidden for ages and generations from the general public. Okay? That's right. The wizards have used power through invocation and worshiping celestial gods according to a divine order. So of course they would do what? They would exclude God's name from his chosen people to consolidate power and or to spiritually control those same people. Folks, it's as if we've been born into one big Harry Potter episode. Okay? If y'all know what I mean. Ahia is the God of the Hebrews. Yeshaya is Christ's true name. The Son of the living God. The Rawchaa is the Holy Spirit. We're the gathering of Christ Church, and we're here to talk this evening. And folks, if anyone have any doubt in their minds that the slaves that were brought over here to the Americas, the West Indies, a large number went into Brazil from Western Africa. If anyone have any questions on whether or not these particular people were from Judea, listen to what I'm telling you. In particular, the black man in America. If anyone have any questions concerning whether or not we are from the tribe of Judah, tell them to come and view this particular lesson. Okay? If they review this lesson that was done on this date, okay, I'm going to tell you, brothers and sisters, you don't have to explain anything concerning who we are as Judah at all. If there's any doubt out there, refer them to this particular broadcast tonight. And folks, if they can't see it after that, they're skulls and bones. The only reason they'll refuse to believe it is because they want to. Okay, now why would they refuse being God's people? In of itself, I would never understand, but I thought I would put something together. Hold on. Something together to have this thing this evening be a slam dunk. Okay? Hit the like button. Judah, the Jew revealed is the lesson. Hold on, let me cut some air on. It's hot up in here. One moment. Let me cut some air on. Oh, yeah. Hope y'all ready. Oh, yeah. Hold tight. Ahia's calling back Israel. 1 second. 1 second. Let me cut this air con on. Oh. 1 second. Find the remote here. All right. Let's jump right in. Let's jump right in. Blessings to my brothers and sisters throughout the four corners of the earth. And soon we will be opening up a new enrollment, 12-week enrollment for the academy. So hold tight on that. But in the meantime, let's talk. Let's talk. Shalom, Elder Lawya.
Shalom, sir. How you doing?
I am blessed by the best, and his name is Ahia, jumping right in. Yeah. This weekend, Elder Lawya, last weekend in particular, it was a sight to behold, huh?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Definitely a beautiful event to be a part of.
One of those moments, one of those unforgettable, we will never forget these moments. And you know what? What I think about Elder Lawya is the lasting memory events like this will leave on our children.
Right.
I thank the Most High that they're not going to have to navigate through the lies we had to. Okay. And to be raised Israel from the womb is a gift in of itself. And they have memories that will take them all the way into Zion. I'm speaking of the children and those who are a part of it. Speaking of that, before I jump into this, Elder Lawya, real quick, I also wanted to thank again all those who attended, as well as those who purchased virtual tickets. Like I said, Monday, we had an issue in the last moment where they weren't allowing us to stream. So I just put it out free on YouTube. Many people stated that they don't want a refund or whatever the case is. But we're not trying to make this, a thing. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to refund everyone back all together who purchased tickets. Everyone who purchased virtual tickets, you'll see a refund. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide you want to take the amount for the virtual tickets to send as an appreciation for us giving it to you all for free, just go to gatheringofchrist.org and just put in under the donation for the church. It's an offering for the summit or event. Okay. We're not trying to make this a tedious task going through who would like a donation back or who wouldn't. But I'm like, listen, just donate everyone back. And listen, it was a gift to us, gift to you all from the church anyway. Right? Hold up. I think this is gotcha. Okay. We can't have that. Can't have that. Hold on. No, we can't have that. Nope, we can't have that. All right. Some people's bothering me. Okay. That wasn't gotcha. All right. So again, we're going to refund it all back. But if you appreciated what we've given you, you can always go to gatheringofchrist.org and pay for it that way. And just say, we donate to the church. All right. Because some people want to donate. Hold on. Some of us want a refund, others don't. And we don't have time to be going through hundreds and hundreds of people. Okay. So we refunded everyone back. And those who appreciate what we've done or whatever the case is, you don't have to, no pressure. Go to gatheringofchrist.org and you can donate that way towards the summit if you appreciate it last weekend. Now, jumping right on it, Elder Lawya. Elder Lawya, let's talk about it. Thank you, AC, and all those who participated in the summit. But I just wanted to real quick go over some of the visuals. Some of the visuals for last week's event. Some of the visuals. Okay. Now, and I wanted to thank those who spoke at the symposium. We had Sister Marsha, who dealt with health and skin. Officer Mike and Akita Grant, homesteading, those that are on the screen right here, going into how to make their own food, grow their own food. Okay. Hold on. Let me bring Lawya in this one here. Okay. Deacon Jermaine Pitts, finance, who actually gave us some insight on how to avoid getting trapped when it comes to paying taxes and all, when audits and all that. And for some reason, Black people in particular in America is audited 4 times more than any ethnicity, even though we hold the lowest, I would say, overall financial state compared to any other people within the United States. We receive the less money. We receive less money than anyone else in the country, but yet we're audited 4 times more than any other people for whatever reason, right? But anyway, this brother dropped it the other day. I'll tell you, we have some gifted people in this church. And that's Deacon Jermaine from the DMV. He's been operating for a long time with the church. I would like to thank my brother, Raphael Bush, former NFL football player who had a serious speech or presentation during the symposium. Very good tips into motivating us into getting more healthy. So I'm going to see if I can have Raphael Bush on one of our broadcasts. All right. Yeah, we have many people in the church who are from the entertainment field as well as sports and all that. And this brother is very influential, strong, well-spoken, educated. And hey, he's a soldier for the Almighty. And I thank you, Raphael Bush. And we had a serious holistic doctor by the name from South Carolina, Dr. Goodman. I mean, this elder is filled with a wealth of health knowledge, okay? And you should see his age. He's probably older than Biden, or about Biden's age, or about around his age, but hey, his cognitive ability is fully intact. He's witty, he's strong, he's very perceptive. I mean, what a healthy elder man. And this, believe it or not, the majority, Elder Lawya, of our elders when I was growing up lived to be just like that.
That's right.
And, and I'm talking about being as witty as that. And that's after drinking a pint.
Right.
That's after pulling out that bottle. Remember that old bottle that had that paper bag around it? We had our elders who would grow that sharp and witty and all that after drinking a pint. While the majority of our people now are just sick. And I'm going to have that brother come on and give some tips on how we can naturally get back into good health. Now, yeah, Dr. Goodman was absolutely excellent. All right. Oh, y'all know I can't go through a broadcast without bringing out Diamond Street someplace, somewhere, right? That old paper bag. You're not fooling no one, okay? Now, Elder Lawya, let me go through a few of these slides and then we'll jump right into it. There you go, right there.
Yes, sir.
There go Dr. Goodman and the blessed brother Raphael Bush. He was an NFL player. Very strong brother in every sense of the word, and strong within the spirit, right? We had them all there. There go Jermaine, dropping it, telling us what they be looking for to jam us up, okay? We also had vending there, natural honeys and what have you. That was the first day, right? The symposium. Of course, listen, and you see me right there, right? And Elder Lawya, I'm glad you and I are right there, and I'm talking about, family and all these others. And you know what I was checking out? I'm like, you know what? The health symposium got me motivated. I checked out that gut right there, right? I'm like, hold up, what's going on in the midsection here? So you know what I did this morning? You know what I did this morning? Man, I got up early this morning, drunk some lemon water, did my jumping jacks. I started hitting, across my legs and doing the crunch sit-ups. I start doing the push-ups. Let me tell you, Elder Lawya, all I got to tell you, young man, is 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because sometimes that gut just sneak up on you. See, when I was around your age or younger, I'm going to tell you something else. I can put down 2 cheesesteaks in a day with extra cheese on it with fried onions, okay? But guess what?
Right.
I would go play a few games of roughhouse in the schoolyard, 2 full court games, right? Drink a lot of water. I was thin as a pencil. Okay. But no, if you're going to get some cheesesteaks with extra cheese melted, sauteed onions with some hot peppers on there like I like it, you got to be svelte. Okay. So I'm going back 30 days and I checked out this shirt. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put this shirt on again. And guess what? You just can't be strong in the spirit. You got to get that gut down. Okay. So
Yes,
listen, and guess what? I'll be the first to say what I need to improve right out. Right. So, hey, and guess what? And I won't be ashamed or embarrassed if someone else said, hey, what's up with that gut? All right. So, hey, all I have to say is, folks, 30 days. Watch what happens. Okay. Gather of Christ Church, hear, O Israel. The play that night with Sister Shirley, the brothers and sisters who are doing the play, Samson and Delilah. Boy, do I got to talk about something tonight. Look at him with that sax. I mean, I'm going to tell you, they don't make sax that big anymore, do they? That's a person. It's like he holding up a whole nother person. Hey, he's handling it, though. Oh, look at Israel. There he go. My man Torrance. Hold on, let me cut this phone off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it off. How about that? Hold on, Elder Lawyer. I'm cutting this thing off. 1 second, folks. I got this new iPhone. I have no idea how to turn this thing off. Hold on. And that's another thing. I'm going to talk about this technology in a minute. There we go. Power off. There it is. Good. Brother Torrance, who arranged the band all weekend. Great job. Elder Lawya, of course, you're there. Look at the Young Bucks. All right. The performance, the brother from Benjamin and the other brother that was up there from New York, man, they tore it down. Look at Israel. Raphael. Look at this. Look at this here. But anyway, Elder Lawya, let's talk. Let's talk. Right? Let's go into it. If anyone have any questions about whether or not we, black people in America, are from the tribe of Judah, and that the Haitians and the Jamaicans from the West Indians, if you have any question that they were also a part of Judea, because believe it or not, when the kingdoms were split into 721 BC, the southern kingdom stayed in place. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. 3 separate tribes who stayed all the way up until the time Christ and the disciples came on the scene. Right? And they were called Judeans. Sometimes they're called Jew for short. But it seems like after the war, the Europeans warred against our people in 70 AD, Jerusalem, we lost that knowledge, right? And there's a lot of questions on whether or not there's any truth, Elder Lawya, to blacks being from the tribe of Judah. Therefore, when we hear people like Kanye West, and I'm just going to play a part of this. When we hear Kanye West and others state things like this, fair use for educational purposes only, fair use, okay, religious use only. We're here to prove a prophetic point according to our religion, okay? We're not making anything financial off of this. And I believe this is one of the reasons that they're going to come at. They came after Sean Combs also, because Drink Champs, Elder Lawya, was one of Sean Combs' endeavors, right? A hip hop type of platform to talk about current news within hip hop. And they allowed, during the so-called pandemic, Kanye a seat on Drink Champs. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing. You've probably seen this, brothers and sisters, ad nauseum. I'm only showing you this to make a point. Okay? Where Kanye said something like this. Fair use.
That the baby not finna come out today because we are inside. Us as 12 tribes of Judah, as a member of the Hebrew people, we are still inside of our genocide. 50% of all black deaths a year is abortion.
So he self-proclaimed and owned the fact that he is from the 12 tribes of Israel. He also stated that he was an Israelite. And that's all I want to pull from there real quick. But Elder Lawya, they tried to claim that what Kanye West was stating was closely related to or a product of his mental illness, as they claim. They like to call people crazy, right? And check it out. From one angle, they would like to say we must what? We must sympathize with the mental illness, with the mentally ill, or at least be more understanding and concerned in them. Mm-hmm. On one hand, Elder Lawya, but on the other hand, anytime they get an opportunity, they'll use the label of mental illness, weaponize it to discredit people. Now, which one is it? Aren't you bullying him if you're trying to claim that what he's going through is because of his mental illness? Shouldn't you be more understanding? Huh? But I digress. But the fact that someone would, with such a following, Elder Lawya, proclaimed such, it led to much debate and or conversation on top of Kyrie Irving, right? On top of the brother that plays for the Celtics. What's his name? Brown.
It was Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. He also know he's Israel. Like I've said, we have many athletes in the church, former pro sports people who know they're Israel. But I'm gonna tell you, but yet they try to spin this as a movement or some type of religion. So I'm here tonight to dispel through historical facts, Elder Lawya, all the lies, all the misnomers, all the confusion on either side concerning whether or not it's true. Are black people in America who came from the western Ivory Coast of Africa, are we from the tribe of Judah? Now, that also means something else. If we met our brothers here, the 10 tribes who were here before us, they came here almost what? They was here almost a millennia. Matter of fact, well before that. They were here almost a millennia before Christ. Centuries before Christ came on the scene, the North American Indians and all that from the 12 tribes were already here. Right? So through extension, being that our people were here first, by extension, this land before the Europeans came was given to us. When you go in 2 Ezra 13 and 39, that's right. This land by extension belongs to the 12 tribes of Israel. It was taken because the Bible said that eventually they would come as quick as the eagle flieth and would take down the 12 tribes of Israel for sin. Right? So the conquerors came as what? As chastisement against those who continue to sin against God within the 12 tribes of Israel. He sent the Gentiles, as was prophesied, against the children of Israel. So why is that such an issue right now? Well, it's such an issue because you have other people out there, religiously and otherwise, who have already staked some level of claim to being an Israelite or be from Aaron and or Judah who aren't black. Right? So let's set the record straight with pertinent information. I don't even have to go into Deuteronomy 28, which says, you shall go into slave ships. You shall go into bondage, Egypt again, by the means of ships that have only happened to one people in number. There's no other people who have been sold to other nations in the millions from one race to another race. A curse of biblical proportion. No other people have suffered that. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. We've said that ad nauseum. Right? So now let's break it down. When I say the land in of itself, it tell you in 2nd Esdras 13:39, the whole land, all of the new world was given to the 10 tribes who came over. 2nd Esdras 13 and 39, they say, let's go to a far land where never mankind dwelt, so we can serve our God as we once did in the land. So the whole intention of the 10 tribes found in the new land was to establish Israel again before the Gentiles found us. What Gentiles? Arabs, who are Ishmael, and Europeans, the Vatican, who are Edomites. Okay, this have nothing to do with some religion. Now, I said I was going to break it down, Elder Lawya. If anyone have any questions on whether or not our people, black people, are from the tribes of Israel, hold on to your hat. Hold on to your hat. And I'm also going to use some white papers. Usually, I rarely bring out this type of information unless someone is in the academy. Okay, but this stuff was so juicy as I was going through it, preparing some information, Elder Lawya, trying to do an updated lesson on the 12 lost tribes found in the academy. While doing it, Elder Lawya, it was so juicy. I said, you know what? This was so, I would say, eye-opening as far as historical pertinent facts. I couldn't even wait until the next academy to roll this out. I said, you know what? I'm going to go into all the 12 tribes historically and all that, but I need to bring out this piece on Judah. Because why? We have mainstream, Elder Lawya, claiming, well, blacks are just cleaving on to someone else's culture, ideology, and religion because they don't have anything, because they're so lost and destitute. Why try to grab the religion that belongs to a people who are already in place? Because we're so lost, we just decided to grab jewelry from Jewish people. That's out there. Now, could that be true? I'm not going to say it isn't. I'm going to roll out the facts. Number one. And Gaja, when you get a chance, I know you're probably looking, just call in through Skype or text Elder Lawya and I'll give you, text our Skype, Gaja, and I will text you. I will text you a Zoom link to come through. I will text you Zoom to come through, okay? Because I spoke to Gaja before this, Elder Lawya, and I stated that one thing that Gaja was confused about when he first met us at Peace FM, right? He was more so a part of the conscious community. One thing they could never answer is how can some white people or other people come in such a vast country that's made out of many countries, such as Africa, and take down a mass number of black people, which would be an impossibility. The conscious community could never answer that for them. The only thing they talk about is we were great in Egypt, we was great in the Mesopotamian area, and now we're slaves. Without any type of reasoning or insight to how such a great people fell to such depths. They'll never be able to break that down. So if you're in the conscious community, we have the answer tonight. And since Rawchaa first posed that particular issue up, if you have the opportunity, Rawchaa, he's right now and he's in Jamaica. Just come on in. Let's talk. Okay. Now, let's jump in. Let's start here. Was Kanye West, was he just, imagining things when he claimed that he was an Israelite? Right? Is there any facts out there historically that can actually corroborate Kanye West's assertion or claims as an Israelite? Not an Israelite through religion. Well, let's go. Let's go here. What do we have here? See, I like to go, brothers and sisters, and I originally, brothers and sisters, get this information together for the academy, but it was so good. I couldn't hold this back for another month or two. Okay. Library, Elder Lawya of Congress. You know how we do it, right? Library of Congress. For anyone who might think or have any question to why black people all over in America are claiming to be Israelites. Another thing, while they're using tribal warfare politically against us in America right now, using the faces of our same people, using our same people like they did back then in Africa to divide and conquer. You want to know how we were taken down? We were taken down because there were a number of our people who thought that if they sided with Esau would spare them. The same as they're doing right now, bringing in politicians and from Africa and all that. And people are coming over here in America with resentment against the tribe of Judah, not even realizing that this happened before. They're rolling out the same playbook that led to our enslavement. So let's go. Let's talk. Hold on. Hold up. Is God just in the house? Hold on. Hold on, Elder Lawya. 1 second, okay? Let me see if that's Rawchaa.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's Rawchaa. All right. Let me add him in. I'll bring both of you in at once. All right. Let me bring him in. Oh, this is some good stuff. I'm chopping at the bit, right? Matter of fact, you know what? I'm a little anxious with this thing, so I'm going to take my time. Drink a little water. Whether you Jew, Gentile, black, white, or whatever, check out this video tonight and you tell me who the blacks in America are after this. Huh? And again, I don't have any issues when it comes to white Jews and all that, because I know historically of certain conversions, historically where they converted and were called Jews. Under Hyrcanus during the 2nd century, under Hyrcanus, okay. A matter of fact, really, it was about in the mid 3rd century that they converted into Judaism during the time of the Maccabees. The Edomites converted en masse. So I have no problem with white Jews according to religion, because when they took on circumcision, our people accepted them as Jews as long as they would follow the law. But that's the religious side of things. We're talking about being from the actual bloodline tribes of Israel, not what religion you convert into, which is the difference. That defines that an Israelite is defined by bloodline, not by what religion you follow. Let me make that clear. So I don't have no problem with white people who claim that they're Jews. No, because there's many conversions where white people converted into Judaism. See, but I'm from the tribe of Judah. I don't have to join a religion to be from the tribe of Judah. That's my bloodline. See the difference? So let me bring in hold on, Elder Lawya. Let me bring in Rawchaa. All right. The war is. Where is he? There he is, right there. You know I have some books. I got a lot of stuff beside me right now. Let's go in. All right. I'm about to go in. One moment. All right, Rawchaa, pick up. I'm chopping at the bit, young man. Say something, Rawchaa.
Shalom, shalom. Can everybody hear me?
Say that again.
Shalom. Sound check. How am I coming in? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but cut your volume up if you can.
Yeah, I'm on top volume right now.
Okay, well, that's good enough. Y'all can hear Rawchaa, right?
Let me try and get a bit closer to the mic.
Yeah, get closer to the microphone if you can. There you go. We have Rawchaa in the house.
Better?
That's better. That's fine. Now, Rawchaa, if you will, explain to us what the conscious community could never answer concerning how our people were taken down in Africa. I probably can't quantify it like you expressed. That was like to you, it was a missing piece that the conscious community could not feel. They could not, it just wasn't adding up to how we felt so low and how white people came into Africa to enslave us. If you can quantify it, what your opinion was at that time when I met you was, that would be great.
Sure. All right. So I think I was telling you about this about 5 months or 6 months before I ran into you. As you know, as a part of Peace FM, I was doing the radio broadcast. Anthony brought me in, and they brought me to a meeting with a guy that had a timeline. So he had a timeline going back, according to him, 13,000 years, whatever that was, right? And he was listing dynasties all the way from wherever, all the way up to present. I sat there, I listened to him, and at the end of his presentation, I asked him, I said, I don't want to put his name out. So let's call him Andrew, for the purpose of this broadcast. So I said, Andrew, tell me something. I can see all of this, I can see all the greatness that you're talking about. But my dilemma here is, how did we get from that, all of this, all that greatness, to where we are now? Now, what he didn't know is that I had already been to Africa a few times by this point. And looking at the vast land space. Okay, we drove from the Gambia to Senegal. The ferry was broken and we had to take another route. And we drove for 8 hours in the bush. In bush road, doing a good 80 miles an hour on the bush road, and on the what you call the limestone, the mall road. Okay, and it was perplexing to me that the whole concept of slavery. I was saying, how is it that some guys came from Europe on a boat and came and took down the people here? When you look at Jamaica, where I'm from the south coast of Jamaica to the north coast in a straight line is no more than about 40, 50 miles. That's how small the island is. In one straight line is no more than 40, 50 miles tops. Okay? Now, you had British soldiers, redcoats, that were coming in and were dying in the Jamaica mountains. They were getting dysentery, they were getting confused, and they were literally dying.
Yeah.
When the slaves ran away, when the quote unquote slaves ran away into the mountains, the British soldiers couldn't capture them. They actually made a treaty with what they call the Maroons, who lived in the mountains. So knowing that, and then looking at the vast land space of what they call the continent of Africa, what they call the West Coast, Sub-Saharan Africa, the vast land space of it never made sense.
So what you were saying is, if they can't take you down within the small Jamaica and had to make a treaty, how could they have, according to the narrative, came into the shores of Western Africa and just enslaved our people outright, which would have been an impossibility due to the number of millions who were living on the land itself? Impossibility.
Exactly. An impossibility.
And when you ask this conscious community expert to explain this to you, what was the retort?
He said I was argumentative, and I'm like, what?
And not only that, I believe you genuinely, you weren't attempting to challenge him. You was asking him honestly because it didn't make sense. Probably he didn't know you've been into Africa to understand how preposterous a historical, I would say, synopsis or understanding was concerning how our people truly was enslaved, right? So you were asking him honestly as a historian. He was the expert to say, listen, I just need some answers because I've been to Africa. This narrative that they're spewing here in the Western world doesn't make any sense. Because our people would have rolled on them if it was exactly how they are narrating it in history today. We would have rolled on them. Well, Elder Rawchaa, check this out. I'm glad you came on, Rawchaa. I said I didn't want to bring out this information until you were on. And no sooner as I was about to show it, you said, I'm here. Check
hey,
this.
listen, Elder.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Remind me, right? Just remind me to tell you what was going on with me before you actually called me, before I came on, before like this week, they've been something crazy. And you calling me and when you said what you're gonna go into, I believe, I believe it was the Most High. Just say, yo, go grab him and let him come. Just take his mind off of everything else that's going on. Remind me to tell you what the chaos and the problems that have been going today.
I will talk, but it was just the Most High just had something come out and say, yo, let me grab him out of here to have him focus on what everything is really about. That to understand we're under spiritual attacks.
Yes.
and to reason with these things we engulf ourselves with from an outside view instead of letting these issues consume us. We're going to talk about it. After the broadcast, I'll call you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Check this out, Gaja. Library of Congress. What's the topic today? Who's Judah? Is it a lie that black people are from the tribe of Judah? Is Kanye West tripping when he said he's an Israelite? Huh? Well, let's see. Library of Congress, American government. A new and accurate map of Negro land and the adjacent countries. Also Upper Guinea, showing the principal European settlements and distinguishing WCH belonged to England, Denmark, Holland, the sea rivers being drawn from surveys, and the best modern maps, charts, and regulated by Astron. Right? Now, check this out. The original maps from the 1700s. Elders, this was the same time our people were in slavery here in the Americas. Right? I need y'all to check this out. This is an original map. Right? From the Library of Congress, which is, guess right, America. Library of Congress. When you do copyrights for songs, you have to send it to the Library of Congress for registry. Well, the conservatory maps from the 1700s were also logged in the Library of Congress, which means it's ironclad. See? The same way no one can steal your song if you send it to the Library of Congress because it's ironclad. It's proof of what? It's proof of a creative work that no one can steal. See? So when this map was sent into the Library of Congress, so if someone would listen to this, elders, if someone attempted to come with a different narrative later, then the Library of Congress could say, well, no, we have the original maps that was verified by the American government. Right? So I know about the Library of Congress because I send my songs since I was writing songs, as a teenager. I would send my songs back then, wrote it down, put a cassette tape in, and send it to the Library of Congress. Well, folks, this is where we are right now in this document. Right? In Africa, the Western Ivory Coast, according to the Library of Congress, was called Negro land. The Ivory Coast, elders, were called Negro land. Right? Now, in particular, this is why the Bill of Sale didn't have Africans on it. It had Negroes on it. But that's not the point I'm going to emphasize here. Because looking at the map in of itself, elders, it may go over everyone's heads. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. And what does that say here, folks? What does that say right here? Judah. The kingdom of Judah, or wider slave coast. Now, hold up now. Woo! Kanye West, y'all better look at this because now you don't have to, you have the historical facts that's documented in American records within Washington, D.C. Right? Now, see, I'm going to marinate on this for a second. I'm going to sit there and let this thing marinate. I'm going to just let it stay right there. Marination is necessary. Okay, I'm going to drink me some water here. See, someone said they seen this before. Okay. Oh, hey, don't forget, we just started. I've seen this before too. But what I'm about to show you was never seen before. I guarantee what I'm about to show you. And I'm going to be going into each tribe the same way from an academia standpoint going forward. No more arguing these mute points. Okay? Wider is another name, elders, for Judah. Now check this out. Real quick, elders, if you will. What is that crazy religion over there that people go to do witchcraft and all that over there in Africa? What they call that? Elder, Lawya is the Hebrew, man. They call
witchcraft religion.
Yeah, the religion they have. You got all these people in America espousing this. I think it's called Yoruba, right?
I think Yoruba is in reference to an actual tribe.
Yoruba. Okay, thank you. I forgot what type of religion they deal with.
You got a few. You got voodoo. What's the other one they got
Hoodoo?
over there? Hoodoo. There's another one in particular.
Hoodoo.
I mean, you got so many juju. I mean, you got so many different names.
Juju. Yeah. I'm going to go into that in a couple of minutes. Elder, they be tripping. This is why the Most High sent Esau. We jujuing and hoo-hooing and everything else instead of coming back to the Most High. But how many of you knew? Yeah, Yoruba is a tribe. How many of you knew, brothers and sisters, real quick, that Yoruba is a corruption of the name Jacob in Hebrew? The Yoruba tribe is a corruption of the name of Jacob. Others asserts that Yoruba is from Yorubiel, the people of against Baal, the people who was against Baal, the god the Gentiles worshipped, right? But let's not stop there, right? Elder Lawya, of course, we have the white papers, right? Check this out. You can't make this up, right? I have some white papers from Cambridge University. Oh, they've been tracking us, folks, since off the ships. What is this? One might ask. Cambridge University. What is this, pray tell? A neglected account of the Bohemian conquest of Wier, 1727. Wier is another name for Judah, the conquest against Wier. The relation de la Corée de Judah of Seringard of Nantes. Now, some of this, Elder Lawya, is in French. How they got the Benin or the Dahomean tribe. Esau ended up funding a tribal war through the Benins.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Elder?
Oh, I'm gonna let you go, Elder. Elder, I'm gonna let you fly. I'm gonna be quiet as soon as I say this. They leveraged our own people against us in Negro land. The Dahomean tribe, whose Benin, were financed by the Edomites to undercut us at every turn. That was the last stand in Africa in the mid 1700s of Judah. We stood as a kingdom within West Africa as a tribe of Judah until this internal warfare happened in Africa. But hold up, I'm going to chill right there before I bring the proof. But yeah, Gaja, I'm going to sit there like marination is necessary. I'm going to slow walk this, okay? Anyone who have any questions about black people in America from Africa who came from the Ivory Coast, if you have any questions about who's the tribe of Judah, come right here tonight. Refer anyone out there, black, white, Jew, whoever you are, to this particular video, because what? Facts is a stubborn thing, and you cannot spin or change history, even though you would like to. But hold up. Right now, I'm chopping at the bits right now, Elder. But Gaja, go on.
No, I was just about to say that the Dohemini, the Benin Empire, my government name was named after a king of Dohemini, and they started the slave trade. Over there. I have that history. My government name was named after him.
Your government?
Yeah.
What government in particular? Talk to us. Insight.
Oh, my government. The name that's on my birth certificate was named after the Dohemian king that started the slave trade. That was funded to do it. I have that history. From the Benin Empire.
Elder Gaja. They was pitting Benjamin and Levi against Judah. And that's what they're doing right now in America by not allowing black Americans to progress financially, attacking anyone who's born from the tribe of Judah and now are leveraging us off politically by doing the same thing they did in Africa, funding one side of the people against the other when we're all from Judea. They did the same exact thing in history, elders, and I'm going to prove it. Okay? Okay, there it is. Okay? This is greater than a receipt. Right? We're going to bring an invoice right here. Huh? Let's do it. Cambridge University. Right? All this paperwork from 1727 on how these same particular people from who was under the Library of Congress, Europeans, would fund the Bohemian conquest against Judah, or Wier. They want to call it Wier, but it's really Judah. You can see it. Actually, they're saying the name right in French, but won't allow it to be spelled correctly in the English, the Wier tribe. Wier is another name for Judah. Now let's get into the meat of this, going all the way down, right? And as you can see, a lot of this is in French, right? Look at this French, the text. Relation de la Gual de Judah par les Suguar, Rengar, Capitan. See, you know what? And you know what? I really have to thank modern technology, right? For Google Translate. The night before last, Elder Lawya, Elder Gaja, I said, you know what? Why don't they just translate this in English so I can understand what happened historically? So what I did, I went to Google Translate and say, let me translate this from French to English. Right? Here's the actual white papers from Cambridge University, as you can see it, in French. And I went to Google Translate, typed it in. Check out what it says, elders. I anchored in the harbor of Judah. It's telling you they came into our harbor in Africa, but not Africa. I anchored in the harbor of Judah on March 3rd, 1727, where I found French ships, 2 English, 2 Portuguese. A few French officers having come on board informed me that this country was threatened with an upcoming war by a black man named Dada, faithful of the country of a home, and whose name we have given him. This Fiddleic depended on the kingdom of Fuin, which he conquered. It is which forced all inhabitants to take refuge here, where the large part died from lack of food, and others were sold by the avarice of those who paid no attention. Where does good come from, provided that have it? And the most much it comes under from plunder. These unfortunate people sought a bad dispute affecting their Debroy, who is a snake of type of Lambry that they adore for succeed in their goals. They accuse their poor wretched's dam for having taken one away to sacrifice it to their God. So folks, I'm going to tell you, let me go to the elders real quick. Check this out. Gaja, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to send this to you. You don't got to read it now. I'm going to send it all to you. Okay. Do you know that the tribes that they were using against us, it wasn't just about the financial gain for the Benins and for the others? It wasn't for financial gain. They was doing this wittingly to be given sacrifices, blood sacrifices, and to sell us as sacrifices to Esau, to be rewarded by the gods. So they was using pagans amongst our people to take down Judah. So Esau just wasn't offering them money. They was financing them because a lot of these tribes were into human sacrifice and human trafficking. The same stuff we're seeing today when we hear of human trafficking. It's way deeper than money. It was about appeasing the gods some of our people were serving. And this is why the Most High turned around and have Esau come against them too. And ever since then, Africa was never they could never acquire the power, the power and status they had subsequent to that. I mean, before all this, they could never go but so far, because soon as they turned on Judah, Esau circled around and came after them. Because it was said in our law that we're not supposed to sacrifice to other gods. And guess what? The slave trade just wasn't about finances and selling people. It was the sacrifice to the gods. And it's in this record. It's in Cambridge record, folks. This is why Esau funded the tribes who were dealing with different types of witchcraft and evil, because they felt that through blood and sacrifice, it empowers them from the dark forces. It empowers them above mankind when they get source from the gods. And usually it takes a pure sacrifice, or the greatest sacrifice for all pagans is the blood of Judah. The blood of Judah is the greatest sacrifice. That's why they've aimed deleting babies predominantly in America against the black woman, because that's the greatest sacrifice. Hence the reason they celebrate at that castle in Africa. You think it's there to mourn or to commemorate something, to show some history of our slavery. Nah. That's just one angle. That's how we view it going into what they call it, the road to no return, or the castle of no return, and whatever they call it. Nah.
But Elder,
Yeah, talk to me.
when you see it, Elder, when you see the castle, you know it's not about that. When I went there, it wasn't about that. It was, it's like this whole the movement of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi from the west coast of Africa, putting them to fight against each other and bringing them over to the Americas. It was a genocide attempt. We weren't supposed to survive it.
I know.
That's why when the Bible says you shall be a sign or a wonder, it's a wonder how we survived. We shouldn't have survived that. It was a genocide attempt.
Yeah.
So seeing this now, hearing this part of it, I'm not in one bit shocked, surprised, amazed. You understand?
Oh, your volume went out. Your volume went out. Your mic. Go ahead. You said you're not one bit surprised. Go on.
Not one bit surprised, because it was a genocide attempt. They know, they have the records. If you put these people into witchcraft, then they are opened up for possession. Their protection goes away. It's out. So if you put them into witchcraft and fund them for child sacrifice and murder and all that, then you can take them down. That attempt was to kill them. When I look at it, when I was in Ghana and I saw the slave castles, looking at it gave me a different perspective of Jamaica and the Caribbeans. All of this is a farce. When them said them setting up governments and having people to vote, and this is nothing. This is a farce. Okay? This is one of the greatest illusion hoax on the earth, because you are not supposed to be alive. You are supposed to be dead. We tried to kill you. We came after you with all we had. You are supposed to be dead. It was a genocide attempt that they're wondering why it doesn't work. It was last night. Last night I was reading Revelation when it says there was war in heaven. That war never stopped from the heavenly realm. The war is still going on now.
You're right.
It's a genocide attempt. They're trying to wipe out a bloodline, knowing full well that this bloodline is one, where the Savior gonna come through, and two, the rulership of the earth. So it was a genocide attempt from back then. This don't surprise me not 1 minute, because when you go to the slave castles and you see it, you know what it's about. You know what time it is. They weren't supposed to survive. It's nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with making money. It was about annihilating a nation of people. That's what it was about. It was genocide.
Yeah.
And when the Bible says that, listen, you are going to be a sign, a proverb, a byword. It's like, yo, how them still alive? How? They gave them poison for food. They sterilized the women. They murdered the men, lynched the men. You were not supposed to survive. So all of this that we see going on right now, and it doesn't surprise me that this is in French. It don't surprise me.
Yeah,
it's in French.
They could have easily translated this to English, but didn't.
Exactly. It doesn't surprise me.
And
it does not.
Let me tell you this, Rawchaa, and here's the disheartening part of this, right? Number one, when our brothers betrayed us and turned to Esau to undermine us, when we left that castle to get on those ships, we were left for dead. They thought many of us didn't make it over, but once they gave us up, we were dead as far as they were concerned. The sacrifice was done. But check out how the Most High worked through this. Where Judah at the very end, the children of slaves would be what? The beacon for all the tribes, including those who gave us away for dead. Only through the Most High could you have such an epic narrative. A people who was sacrificed and left for nothing is the voice and the leader of our people, even through chattel slavery. The whole world, if you black, look to the strength of black men in America. Judah. You can't write a script as great as this. And then on top of that, even though they left us for dead, we come back as what? Just like Lazarus, rising from the ashes after being dead, to baptize and to forgive the same brothers who betrayed us. Only through Christ could you not see your own brother another type of way. I'm going to tell you, only through Christ that we have to look back and say, you know what? We still love you. Come back. Proclaim it to the earth. Because just like Christ rose from the grave, so did Judah. We were left for dead. And look, and check it out, Lord, Gaja. You somewhere in a conscious community from Jamaica, and Judah shows up from America.
Mm-hmm.
As was prophesied out of the Bible. You can't write a greater narrative than this. But go on.
No, I'm saying it's the same thing, even with the Messiah. The Messiah was betrayed by his brother.
Yeah.
Came back from the dead to save everybody. They spat at him. You get me? They ridicule him. They chose Barabbas over him. Oh, he's back. Same thing. That when we went to Ghana, we did the baptisms at the slave castle, and that's what we said, that we left here as captives, and we're back as liberators, but not the type of liberators that they would think coming with guns. Hold up, one sec. It's the rain.
Okay. Well, I know how it is in Jamaica. It's fine, but go on. Your microphone. Gotcha.
I'm sorry, I got rain in my background.
Okay. Don't worry about the rain. No. Just speak through it. Speak through the rain. We can still hear you. Speak through the rain. We can still hear you. Just speak through the rain. I don't care about the noise. Don't cut the spirit. Keep going.
Oh, I'm gonna step away for just 1 second.
I've got rain in the background. I never wanted,
Don't worry about the rain. Just go ahead. Keep talking.
So yeah, man. So we come back at, not liberators with guns. We're coming back as liberators to the Spirit, baptizing and teaching the entire continent that we are the same people, suffering the same curses. No matter what happened, we are the same people. So yeah.
Let me read a few more things concerning what I put inside this particular, as I translated it, about how the Dahomey tribe, right, began to come against us, right? When you look at the information here through translation, it's stated that what? Let me go back. Esau funded the Benin. They funded Benjamin and other tribes against Judah. The Dahomey tribe thought that Esau would spare them and they would rule over Judah in Africa, when now Esau have turned the whole thing third world and have caused more tribal warfare since the time we fell as the tribe of Judah in the 1700s. We were still claiming the tribe of Judah in 1700 over in Africa. I anchored in the harbor of Judah on March 3rd, 1727, where I found French ships. So they knew that they were grabbing Judah in Africa. When you go all the way down, it talks about this. It says that they sacrifice us to their gods, others to have eaten it. Too early, without having wanting to hear their excuses, they took control of them and sold the better, mercilessly leaving others to perish. So they would sell some of us and they would leave others to die. Cease to serve as intelligence and understand this dada that I will name currently Dahomey. On the 4th in the morning, I went ashore and went to Xavier. Over the 2 hours, companies, Captain Asan, who was with me, came to pick up. Now, these are actual folks, memoirs of those who are recording how Judah was taken down in 1727 through a betrayal in Africa by our own brethren. where they set up tents leagues from Xavier. In the evening, I saw Mr. Dorcadre, and I had to translate, folks, I had to translate this from French to English. They don't even have this in English to let you know that we're Judah. That's the level they're seeking to hide this from us, folks. All the way down, it goes into a documented event that led to them coming to the shores and circumventing and destroying Judah, leading to our people going into cargo slave ships. And folks, this can be found in Cambridge University. Look at this. This can be found in the Cambridge University. And check out what it says it is, folks. A neglected account of the Bohemian conquest of Wier or Judah in 1727. What's Wier? Check out who's Wier. Look at this. Wier. Wier. The kingdom of Wier. Look at this, folks. The kingdom of Wier, who was taken down by an infiltration in Negro land, which was the Ivory Coast of Africa. Right? The kingdom of Wier. Here's all the names, also known and spelt in the literature as who? Judah. Judah. Cambridge University knows that it was Judah that was taken here to the Americas, was brought here to the Americas. Now listen to what it says. Yoruba, which is another name for Jacob. French. Owada was the kingdom on the coast of West Africa, what is now Benin. It was Benin they used to come up against the tribe of Judah. When you look into what? When you look into Cambridge documented memoirs on the actual war when they came up to the coast. It was a major slave trading area which exported more than what? 1 million Africans to the United States. Over 1 million Africans to the United States. So they knew they were bringing Judah to the United States. Not only the United States, the Caribbean and Brazil, before closing its trade in the 1860s. Huh? Now, usually we bring out white papers and all that in the academy. Folks, get in the academy because we're going to be breaking down all the tribes historically according to the universities who have always had the history of the lost tribes of Israel. But yet they cease to teach any of this in their colleges and or their schools. I'm going to tell you, they're so slick. They didn't even translate this into the English. They're trying to hide Judah so much. They're seeking to hide the fact that we're Judah to a degree where they have certain things in different languages, but won't allow it to get translated. Huh? Elders, are y'all there? Y'all back? I'm gonna tell you, slick.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Now there's more, but I'll wait until I open up the calls because I need to hear so far. Let me ask you, Gaja. while you're here. Is this the missing piece or what?
I'll tell you what this is, Elder.
Go ahead.
You said it at the top. This is a scholastic historical discussion that can be had with facts, with what they call quote unquote the evidence, the receipts. We can have this conversation openly right now. Okay, then in Congress in the 1700s, while we were enslaved, right?
Yep.
The map is calling the place Judah, and I think on that same map there's also Edom on it as well, if I'm not mistaken. Where there's an area there for Edom. So, okay, so these people that were brought over, who are they? When were Europeans taken from Africa at that point and brought over to the Caribbean and the Americas? Tell me. So this right now opens a conversation on that level, in my opinion. But I mean, we've always known this. This is, you get me? We've always known this. For me, it makes sense now how they were able to take them down, because why? It had to be something spiritual had to have happened with the people, and must have happened. The land is too vast. The land is too open for these guys to have come and taken them down like that. This plan that they executed, this is where when Paul says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. This plan came from something demonic to tell them, yo, do it like this. They had inside trader information on this one. To do it like that, to get the people them down. It's an impossibility. The land is too vast. And then what that does also know, showing that, it make you know that, well, the Most High said it. The Most High said that when you go into Deuteronomy 18, it tells you, leave the witchcraft, necromancy, don't study that. So then Deuteronomy 28, it breaks it down now as to why we're here. Why we are a byword, a proverb.
Yeah.
You with me? A wonder. Because it was a genocide attempt. I encourage everybody, do it at some point in time. Go have a look. Just go have a look at the place, and you'll see it. You with me? They put over 1,000 of us in a room no bigger than what was it, like 50 by 20, if that big. Over 1,000 men chained up.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, guys. Let me ask you this. Now that you look back at it, is that castle in Ghana, is that more so an historical monument to go back to understand our past, or is it more so them celebrating the fall of Judah?
Exactly. It is the latter.
It's them celebrating. That's what it is. Because it's brazen. Because there's no way I'm going to have and make money off of the degradation, destruction, and death historically. Why would I want that tied to me currently, historically? Right? I would never be able to say, okay, here's the place where my grandmother was dragged and killed and taken by the white man and sold, and our sisters were raped and all that, and our mothers were taken away, left for dead. Why would you even have that there if it wasn't some type of dark power they gained from that? I'm going to tell you, that's craft at its highest. That's craft. It's a satanic celebration for the fall of Judah. I'm going to tell you what that castle is. It's a monument. It's a shrine in celebration. But
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead. I'm
just remembering, as you're saying it. There's actually a shrine in there.
It's a sacrifice to Baal.
When you go down into dungeons, there's a shrine in there, and the smell of blood is still there.
Shame.
And when you walk on the floor, the floor is not bricks. The floor is a human excrement.
And it's still there. Like you can feel the vibe. You can feel the vibes. The inhumane spirit. I mean, but let's get off that for a second. Let's deal with it from the academia historical standpoint real quick, right? Now, we're no longer just arguing this from some religious angle. Now we have the historical proof as well as white papers to prove that they know that the blacks that were taken from the Ivory Coast of Africa into the Americas were from the tribe of Judah. They try to hide it by what? By saying, well, yeah, it was the kingdom of Wier. Right? Wier is another name for Judah. Or they'll have the accounts when they funded one side of our people against the other. That's right, folks. They have the accounts, but they will only show it in a different language outside of the language Judah predominantly speaks, English. I need y'all to, and guess what? And I'm going to tell you, you know how I know I could find this, elders? Because the Bible tell you in the book of Obadiah, the pride of Esau's heart has deceived him. Esau wouldn't do none of this without having it what? Documented. Because that's just the way he is. Even for his own understanding of Israel and Judah, everything Esau was a part of, how he was able to trick our brothers and continue to trick our brothers and sisters to undermine one another. I'm going to tell you, Esau has it all documented. Not just what he has done against our people, but how he was able to get our own people to undermine one another. He's too proud not to have it documented. We just had to find it. And I'm like, hold up, man. I need to find that peace. I need to find that peace between Africa and America. Because I know these colleges, someone has it. And I was up the other night and I'm like, and I went into this information. I'm like, oh my goodness. Wait till I break down the 3 tribes in Africa. Because I predominantly dealt with the 10 tribes here in America. We're going into the 3 tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the southern kingdom in Africa, in the next academy. And academia, all academia. Now, look at this. Again, Library of Congress. The Library of Congress, like I emphasized, all my copyrights for songs you must send and get it stamped from the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. So guess what was sent to the Library of Congress, folks, in the 1700s? A new and accurate map of Negro land and the adjacent countries, also Upper Guinea, showing the principal European settlements and distinguishing which belongs to England, Denmark, Holland, the Sea of the Rivers being drawn from the surveys. These are surveys that were sent and confirmed, stamped in America, Washington, D.C., Library of Congress. So it's just the same way if you send copyrights to Library of Congress. No one can steal that information because what? It's original creative work with a date confirmed by government. This is what protects someone's work. Well, they sent an original map of the slave trade area. They sent the original map, and it's in Washington, D.C. right now, of Negro land. And that's right. The same areas, folks, in the original map, Washington, D.C., there's the kingdom of Judah, Wier Slave Coast. Now, if anyone try to come on and debate me concerning who we are, I don't care if it's a religious expert. I don't care if it's an historian. I don't care if it's someone who's claiming to be a Jew or Judah. They're going to have to explain this to me. Because this documented in the Library of Congress that what? That it was Judah that was taken from the Ivory Coast or the slave coast of Africa. Judah. The kingdom of Judah, our last stand in Africa before we were betrayed by Benin in Africa. Now, there's more. Before I turn it over, this is why on the bill of sales, folks, on the bill of sales, this is why they didn't put African on the bill of sales. They put Negroes on the bill of sales because the area they were taking us from was named, what? Let's do it again. Negro land. It was documented in America that would be Negro land where Judah resided. And they would bring Judah, the king's blood of Israel, into America to build it. Let's break it down now. That's why they called us Negroes. Negroes for sale will be sold at the public auction at Spring Hill in the county of Hempstead on a credit of 12 months on Friday, the 28th of this present month. 15 young and valuable slaves, considering 9 superior men and boys between 12 and 27 of age. 1 woman about 43 years who is a good washer and cook. Okay, a good washer and cook. 1 woman about 27 and 1 very likely young woman with 3 children. Also at the same time, on the same terms, 3 mules, about 40 head of cattle, plantation tools, and wagon. We were being sold along the lines of cattle, folks. And a first-rate gin stand manufactured by Pratt and Company. Bond with 2 or more approved securities will be required. Sale to commence at 10 o'clock at Spring Hill, January 6th, 1842. Now, it so happens that the guy, the headliner who was selling these particular people and property, well, one of the main guys' name was E.E. Hundley. Now, I did a research on the Hundley family of the 1800s. E.E. Hundley would be considered today and was back then a Jewish man, a white European Jewish man. I'm just stating facts. Now, we have to ask, was E.E. Hundley from the lost tribes of Israel? Or were the slaves in the bill of sale labeled Negroes from Negro land? Is the question. See? So now, elders, when we discuss these particular topics, we can't, there's no more arguing back and forth. We must bring the facts. Who were the people of the transatlantic slave trade? They were from Judah. And it's documented in the Library of Congress. Slam dunk. Now, let me put this out there, elders, real quick. Elder Lawya. Now,
Yes, sir.
Now through this, Elder Lawya, how we teach, and I'm glad the Most High, we lead with the gospel of Christ, period. It's about setting the record straight, right? Elder Lawya, if you will, real quick, if you will, I need you to grab one scripture. Y'all can say whatever y'all would like before I open up the lines in a moment. Right? But I need you to go to, hold on, let me grab it. Let me grab it real quick. Where it speaks of, hold on, I'll grab it. I got it. One second. Hold on. Hold on. Elder Lawya, if you will, let me grab the Bible real quick. I need you to go to 2nd Esdras 9 and 13. And you know what? I'm putting this out there because we have to actually look at this history from an entirely different angle now. Let me tell you, it was intentional for everyone out there to fall into this narrative that slavery happened because some bad white racist who didn't like black people thought to come over and harm and sell us. We need to get out of that. We need to get out of that altogether. That's where Esau would rather us be. That's where he would rather us be. Because through that, the majority of people stop looking into, I would say, the prophetic understanding the Most High wanted his people to gain out of this. Okay. And believe it or not, white people don't mind you stating that because it gives them an air of superiority. They would rather you believe they had the power to do all of this. And they didn't. It was through what? It was through our God's power for breaking his law that led to him what? Exalting a power above the rest who so happened to have been white people, to chastise Israel until the awakening. It was the Most High the whole time, folks. And this is why they're coming against all of our people and all that in the industry and all that, in fear that the money that was incentivized to be utilized to harm us can now be used for the people of the awakening. Nah. So we have to stop viewing this the way the enemy would like us to view this. And not, hey man, the white supremacy and the white man doing this. No, we got to get off of that. Because why? It's a defeatist spirit. And Esau love is there. It's a carnal, dark spirit because why? You're always looking at what? The angle and theology of we must come against the bad. This is what people are out there thinking. We're supposed to come against the bad white man, and that's a lie. That's not the lesson the Most High wanted his people to learn through this. Let me show you the lesson. And now, am I letting them off the hook? No. Because guess what? No man or woman can escape the judgment of God. Look what happened to us. Okay, so either am I letting our brothers off the hook who betrayed us and sold us for dead to sacrifice us to Baal, with our people ending up here in chattel slavery. Neither do I blame them. See? So what angle should we take in understanding all of this now with all this powerful information? Well, Elder Lawya,
yes, sir.
I'm going to go to the Apocrypha real quick. Second Esdras. So what should be our focus? Second Esdras 9, Elder Lawya. And yes, there's no doubt about it. We are from the tribe of Judah. We're the Israelites. But are we going to take up the power of this information to become now what we loathe in those who hated us and those who harmed us? Are we going to become like they were just because we have the power to understand who we are now? Well, folks, that wouldn't make us any better or any different than them. That's not why the Most High has given us this information. He ain't giving us this information to gloat or to brag or to boast. Oh yeah, we the Israelites. That ain't why he's giving it to us, folks. And folks, it's a good time to be living right now. Many generations who've served and who was harmed through slavery and all that, who depended and they love Christ, even when they thought he was a white man. Many generations long to understand what we see today. And it's a testament to what? Our God, that he never forgot us. He never forsook us. So what should we do with all this powerful information? I'll tell you what. If I'm ever on a television show, if I'm ever interviewed before any mainstream, if I'm ever in a debate, if someone come and want to discuss whether or not what we're teaching is true, I'm not going to go back and forth with them. They're going to see a big map that says Negro land with Judah there. I don't got no time to be going back. Who are these people here? Which was documented in the 1700s in the Library of Congress. If you go to Washington, D.C., that map is there and it says Judah. What say you? So now we know that we're Judah. Elder Lawya, if you will, Second Esdras, let me pull you up here. Thank you. Second Esdras, Elder Lawya, 9 and 13. Let's read that.
Yes, sir. Second Esdras 9, verse number 13.
Come on.
And therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
Say that. Hold up. And therefore, thank you, Elder Lawya, be thou not curious of how the ungodly shall be punished. That shouldn't be our focus. Or the white man, we're going to put the white man in chains. Yeah, you going down. That's not the focus. Folks, let me tell you, that's the most, I would say, immature, juvenile type of ideology on earth when it comes to teaching the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
We're not supposed to be focused on how the ungodly shall be punished. That shouldn't be our focus. That's not the gospel. That's not why the Most High have given us the understanding which our forefathers longed to understand. Why did he give it to us? It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when. Talking about in slavery, when you had these guys talking about they talking about what they're going to do to people in the kingdom. And guess what? Based on their actions, there will be no kingdom for them.
Right.
The righteous is scarcely saved. Understand that. So no one is going to, Who can receive a kingdom when only thing you want it for is vengeance? What makes you any different than the same people you claim are the wicked? Let me tell you, regardless of what any people have done, I don't want to see anyone suffer hellfire for an eternity. We pray and we teach that all men and women, no matter what your race, can come to the knowledge of God to be saved from the torments to come. No righteous person would ever wish torment or destruction or what happened to us on anybody, because the Most High didn't give us the punishment to view it that way. He gave us the punishment so that we could learn from the sins of our forefathers and be grateful to the God through Christ who pulled us through it. No other people could have went through what we went through. More proof that God must have been there with us, going through it with us. I'm talking about the hard times in the belly of ships, family being separated. He never forsook our people. So we're looking at the white man and holding him up to everything and forgetting the God who said this would happen to us before the white man had power. Mm-hmm. So we can't be focused on when the ungodly shall be punished and when, but what should be our focus, Elder?
But inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Read that again.
But inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
We should be inquiring how those who want to be right, we should be inquiring how they can make it through, how they will be saved. We should be more focused on that than some punishment. That's what the Bible says. Who's what?
Whose the world is.
Whose the world is.
And for whom the world is created.
And for whom the world is created. Let me tell you, there's justice enough for me to stand before the world in truth, to prove everything God said would happen is happening. That's good enough for me. Okay. Let me tell you, you don't have to be a prophet to know that this world is going down. But it's a blessing to know what comes afterward. It's our position to save everyone off of this sinking ship who want to understand the God of Israel, the God who sent Christ. Because at the end of this, when all the thrones are thrown down, there will be the Ancient of Days who's behind it all. The God of all gods, Ahaya. It's our position as a people to warn the world and use our experiences throughout generations as the example to what happens to a people that turn their back on such a God. That's what the gospel is about. That's what Christ was all about. Christ was never about vengeance. And if we are Judah, we must follow the path of our king, the King of Judah, Christ, and use a proper perspective when it comes to how we should actually carry the word of God in teaching. You can't be out there on the streets talking about what's going to happen to other people when, guess what? You may not even make it. We should be grateful in the word of God. Stand in truth. And when opposition comes, then we throw down with the truth. What say you, Elder Lawya?
Oh, sir, I'm good. I think you and Elder Rawchaa said it all. So I don't know if Elder Rawchaa has anything. If not, we can go to the calls.
Anything you would like to say, Elder Rawchaa?
No, Elder, man, no. I mean, you know, this. I would like us to revisit this again soon, going into it more. You understand?
Oh yeah.
Because-
Let me tell you, Rawchaa, we just scratched the surface. I just threw a little something out there. I threw a little something out there.
And Elder, thank you for bringing me in for this, because this one is a very dear one to my heart. You know, when it comes to the whole captivity, the whole conquest of the continent and what went down there.
I can tell.
This one dear to me. You get me? And it was this topic really that, like I said, when that conscious community brother said to me that I'm argumentative, it actually hurt me. I was hurt by it, because I'm asking a genuine question that nobody seemed to be able to answer until I ran into you and you explained it to me.
Man, all praises be to the Most High, my brother. All praises be to the Most High. Let me tell you, that whole thing, going to the UK, going around the world, planting seeds, establishing churches, that was all Christ. We just heeded the call and began to connect the dots. And that's the whole thing, because because let me tell you, there's no question when it comes to our people. There's no question in whether or not they have some, I would say, issues with how they've taught religion and how they've taught history to our people. The majority of our people know that something was missing. We always knew there was a missing piece. The churches aren't giving it to us. The historians aren't giving it to us. But when you hear truth, Rawchaa, when y'all hear truth, elders, you know it's truth. And then, let me tell you, then all of the dots are connected and everything historically falls in place. Like I said, Esau is too proud not to document how he was able to destroy Jacob. He's too proud not to document it. So it's out there. He's just not going to give it to us. So the whole thing is, now we have the history to go into this. Now, of course, they would do Jedi mind tricks. Usually the devil would say, well, there's some experts who question the authenticity of this. And we don't know whether or not what you're reading was a forgery. Well, you can't even go there with this, elders. Why? Because it's documented in the Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. So I know they're Jedi mind tricks when they're dealing. What'd you say, Elder Rawchaa?
In the 1700s.
Yes. 1700s. It was documented.
1700s. It was documented in the 1700s when it's known to everybody that we were in chattel slavery at that point in time.
Yes.
So it couldn't have been us that put it there.
Exactly. It was documented. The event happened in the 1700s. But once America became the United States, it was documented in the Library of Congress. So usually, I'm gonna tell you, when there's an argument they can't win, be it Jesuits and all that, they usually come with Jedi mind tricks. Let me tell you, I know all their tactics in debates. If they can't refute it, they will refute the authenticity of what you're saying, or at least put the question out there so that those that are listening can believe that that the information is questionable. So that's what they do with their Jedi mind tricks. But you can't do that with this. We have maps documented from the time our people came over into the Americas that the countries who conquered Africa knew that we were from the tribe of Judah. And they even documented the country they used to undermine the tribe of Judah. And,
Tell you what, Elder, they're
huh?
gonna say NASA made the map.
Huh?
They're gonna say NASA made the map.
Listen, believe me. Let me tell you, this is going to be my go-to when it comes to the historical connection between Africa and the tribe of Judah in America. This will be my historical go-to every time. And I'm just going to do it. Just sometimes I'll keep it as the secret weapon. I would use it. I would have it in the bag. And when it's time to say, listen, I'm tired of this war. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Here we can drop this thing and the war is over. That's how I'm going to just play, cobble around the edges with them a little bit. Make them feel like they got something rocking. And here comes the bomb. Right. All right. So let me answer a few questions. 515-605-9327. Let's go into the calls. And a matter of fact, y'all can stay here. I can add the calls in while y'all here. Okay. What say you all concerning the truth about Judah? And another thing, showing the truth of who Judah is. I don't even have to talk about others who are claiming Israel. Okay. We don't even have to go there. Okay. The Israelites can't be black and white. Okay. Let's go. 515-605-9327. What say you? Let's see. Let me bring in Blog Talk. Let's see. Can I add someone else? I think I can. Yes, I can. All right. Blog Talk call in 515-605-9327.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
315-664-6809.
Unmuted.
Yes, and thank you, thank you, Elder Rawchaa. How are you, Elder Rawchaa?
Hey, Shalom, Elder. How's everybody?
We're blessed by the best, and his name is Lawya. And I just need your opinion on last weekend. It was a sight to behold, huh? The gala?
You know, Elder, with those events, it's like it's never enough time. And it's so much to process. There's so much going on. There's so many people, and it's like you never can get enough. But just the time that was spent, I'm appreciative and thankful for it. The symposium with the health and the financial. I mean, we got to have that for our community so that our people can really. We just don't know a lot of these things, and so beneficial for us to start learning for our health and our finances, how to position ourselves so that we can, come out of this condition that we're in. And then with the Sabbath lesson, I mean, of course, you always bring it, so
praise
that
the
goes
Most
without
High.
saying. And then the play, oh my goodness, Sister Shirley.
What can you say,
Sister
right?
Shirley. I got to give a shout out to all the people behind the scenes that probably you don't see working. The decorators, the people that do the costumes, the audio and video.
Yeah.
Definitely the actors and actresses. I mean, one brother told me, the one that played the Prince, he said, "I've never acted ever," and I think he was one of the main people that you could say, hey, that boy can act.
Yeah.
And he said, Sister Shirley, man, she just knows how to bring it out of you. So.
Look at that.
Can't say enough about her. And then the concert, I mean, all the beautiful music, beautiful talent. I mean, it's overwhelming, just the experience, just trying to soak it all up. And, you can go weeks and weeks just reminiscing on it. So very thankful to be in the building this weekend.
Hey, let me ask a question. Thank you, Elder Rawchaa. You know, it was great seeing you this weekend. I can't wait to get down there. I'm gonna get down to Oklahoma and Texas, soon enough. Gotcha. Real quick.
Yes, sir.
How many people you think we can get to come out to England if we were to do a gala there, the England church? How many people you think we can get out there? Realistically.
1,500 probably.
1,500?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Probably more, give or take. I mean, when you come into town, a lot of people come out, so it could be more.
Oh, we're gonna talk. It's time to roll out the white. It's time to.
Hey, I tell you where we could do a gala, Elder.
Where?
Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Yeah. We got all the islands. We got Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, Antigua. We got people all the way down from Guadeloupe.
And bring it all into one place.
Yeah, bring everybody. Say we could bring everybody to Jamaica to say. I don't know. Good talk.
Okay. Hey. Let's roll out the white carpet. All right. Hey. And what I would like to do eventually, I would like to do a charity concert where we give back for Haiti, to help our brothers and sisters in Haiti. Right?
Definitely. And the thing with the Caribbean, I think a lot of people from even the States will come to the Caribbean as well. I think they will more likely come here as opposed to going to Europe.
Did I tell you when I was in Egypt, this crazy, and I don't deal with dreams like that, but I think I've mentioned this to Elder Lawya before, probably. I had a dream while I was in Egypt, Gotcha. We were in Africa. And this was before we started doing music and all of that, before we started doing concerts and all that. Because I was performing overseas while I was still overseas to make some level of income to supplement the living. In Egypt, before we started performing, I had this dream where I knew we were in Africa. I can tell how the people were. It was like a concert, and white was as far as your eye could see. With me doing this thing, this white carpet in Augusta, I can understand how that probably will become a reality. I didn't understand it then. Check this out. But here's the crazy part about what happened in the dream. What happened in the dream, Gotcha, was there was some guerrilla type of tribal thing going on. And they were trying to get me. Right? It's as if someone paid a group, like some guerrilla group, to come in to try to take us out or something. And some people got in front, try to move me out. And here it is, we're moving out of the way because these guys are coming to do something to us. And to make sure myself and Elder Lawya and others are in a safe place. They were trying to move us out after the concert because some people were coming to do something to us. And then I woke up. That dream was vivid. I had that dream in Egypt, but didn't understand how it would become a reality, right? Because I wasn't doing music at that time. I was just teaching the word of the Most High. But later, when I started traveling in different places, I needed to be able to supplement income, and I started being able to get some equipment to sing. And now look at where the Most High have taken this. Hey, we'll see, right? But the question is, huh? No, go ahead.
I'm saying if we drop something in the Caribbean, we will see a white as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm certain of it.
Okay.
Without a doubt. Because check it from a financial perspective, right? All, like when I said Jamaica, every island's currency is higher than the Jamaican currency, including the U.S.
Okay.
So it's when you come to Jamaica, you will get more value for your money, if that makes sense.
Okay. But
So
but just
we can
like
make it happen, man.
yeah, okay, let's make it happen. But just like this concept we just did, I don't get a cent. Everything goes into the church, and we're going to use it for planning, philanthropy, and helping others who need. And that was the whole point about it, right? As long as we get the money we put out to get it done, any profits go right back into the church. I didn't get one red cent, one brown penny. So, but the whole thing is to have some resources, knowing what's coming after our people, to plan, to have gardens, to have food, to have cattle, to have a lot of resources our people will need to get through this trouble is the whole point about it. I wanted to put that out there, right? All right, so let's take a few, but after I get off this, Gaj, I'm going to call you because I know you're going to tell me what you've been going through. And we're going to discuss rolling out a white carpet in the Caribbean. Now, of course, Gaja, they have to know. All right. No ganja, no marijuana. Okay. And you know what I mean? No Jamaican twirling with the wing in their legs and all that old other stuff. Nah, we ain't gonna have that. All right. But I'm saying this because we went to the 12 tribes Rasta temple in England. And let me tell you, the smoke from the marijuana, develops a hand, turns the door and opens this marijuana smoke, it creates its own body and opens the door for you and say, come through me. So and I'm sitting here trying to break. He says, what are you talking about? What tribe of Judah? What month were you born? Were you born in February? They talking about if you're born in February, you Judah. I'm like, Lord, how am I going to get through this? Tribes is based on what month? Yeah, they got the zodiac sign for tribes. I'm like, man, take that garbage down. Haile Selassie, ma. I'm like, listen, y'all getting high up in here. The Most High is going to throw down up in his piece very soon if y'all don't get it together. He's going to shut it all down. You can't get high. And what Bible are you reading? You talking about what Bible? I'm like, well, Menelik was the son of Solomon. I'm like, come on, man. Hebrew and Bible Academy, okay? But anyway, I digress. We have some people on the line. The truth about Judah tonight. Christ from the tribe of Judah, Hebrews 7:14. Let's talk. What say you? 315 area code. Rosa have a comment. Rosa has a comment. Yes, Rosa.
Shalom, Elder. It's something else. The show tonight and also the concert. I just wanted to say that I was in the academy, and I was one of the ones that got a ticket to come, and I thank the Almighty for it. It was such a beautiful time there and everything. And I moved here to the South, and since I've moved here and came to the church that's in Orangeburg, the Lord been blessing me in so many ways.
Look
even though
at that.
I miss Philadelphia.
So you enjoyed yourself last weekend?
Yes, I did.
All
yes,
praises.
I did.
All praises to the Most High.
The comment I wanted to say was when you was giving us the information about how everything went down, I always wondered about it. And tonight, what you taught us answered a lot of things and made it very clear, because there was a time I was wondering, I was saying like, how did we get sold? And then when I used to read the Bible, I said, well, how did the Lord hear the children of Israel when they cried, when they had to make bricks with no straw and all this stuff?
Okay.
Not knowing that I'm Israel. I didn't know that. But I just had those questions. And I said, well, God, how did you hear them when they cried? Why you can't hear us? You know, we in America stuff, you don't hear us. And then that's when I came into the truth, and I learned that they cried out to the Most High because they knew his name. They knew how to cry out to him, and they knew what they had to do in order to be heard. Like, it taught me how by us not knowing the truth of who we are and the God that we're supposed to serve is what keeps us in our condition that we're in. So knowing the commandments and everything, because I used to be in a church that did the commandments, but not the way we learn now. And it's a total difference. It's such a blessing to know that once you come into the truth and you know who the God is and you do the things that he requires, it's such a blessing.
Absolutely.
It's not a struggle at all. And we will be blessed to come out of this. And now I understand why, even though we went through a lot of stuff, we still can love other people and we don't, be evil to other people.
Exactly.
As a whole group of us. And then I used to say, well, when we was on the plantation, we outnumbered them, but we didn't stand up. And then there's one lesson you taught about how the Most High put the fear of them in us. That's what kept us down, not rebelling in such a big way.
Yeah.
And it's just, teachings just explain everything. The Hebrew Bible Academy, I'm telling you, since the day I went in, I'm in it. I'm not coming out.
Well, thank you, sister. And you know what we're going into this weekend? We're going into this Sunday, the secret, for the first time, the secret cult ideology within Christianity. Modern day Christianity was a secret cult amongst the pagan Romans. They were able to take that secret religion, the evil, dark religion, after we lost Jerusalem, and merge it into what we see today as modern day Christianity. The Christianity we see today have nothing to do with Christ. It's a secret cult religion. And it's worshiping and it worships Satan as the sun god at the helm. The cult was called the cult of soul, S-O-L. The secret religion of the elite for the Romans. They merged it into what we would call modern day Christianity, and it's within all levels of Christian theology today. Straight wizards. This Sunday, the secret cult within Christianity. You don't want to miss that.
No, I ain't. I'm going to be right there. Because you know what, Elder? I was in the church, and I was a minister preaching and doing all that stuff. And call myself a prophetess or whatever.
Lord have mercy.
But when I came into the truth, you brought me into the truth because I was on the radio talking to you, and you led me to Bishop Amoff and everything, get baptized, everything. I didn't care. I was glad to get out. I was in theology school. I was in all that stuff. And then I came into the truth. I could sit down as a sister, as a woman, and let men do what they're supposed to do.
Thank you, sister.
I feel so good about it.
Thank you.
It's a blessing.
Sit back. Let us take the helm, and guess what? Christ is leading us, and we'll all be in Zion together, in order. Thank you, sister. Bless you.
Amen. Shalom.
Shalom. Okay, Kayem has a comment. Kayem. What say you?
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. All praise the water, Elder. Double honor to all the elders. Elder, again, thank you so much, because this right here is like really saving souls, Elder, because you got all these people throwing out this hate, and what this church do is just it teaches, it defends Christ, you know what I mean, and the will of a higher. So it's a beautiful thing, and I remember Elder, coming into this, it's crazy. I went past your video. And I was also tired, you know what I mean? And I finally got an opportunity to view the video. The truth was just hitting so hard, and it was undisputable. And I remember, Elder, my lungs collapsed, and I went to the hospital.
Okay.
And it's a Edomite brother. He you know what I mean? He saved my life. Elder, I was on my last breath. He just grabbed a piece of paper and told me to sign it.
I just put a little mark on it, and he did a surgery right then and there in the hospital. And to our brothers out there, and that actually what you brought out, that sold your own brothers. I got one scripture real quick, and I'm gonna make it real fast.
Okay.
This, because we got to have the heart of forgiveness, and this is Genesis 50:17, and we know that we come from the tribe of Judah, and even Christ said that we will be hated above all. You know what I mean? And this is what Joseph had to go through. We know what he had to go through. So just real quick. So shall ye say unto Joseph, forgive, I pray thee, now the trespass of thy brother and our sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass and the servants of Ahiah of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spoke unto them. And that's what, it's a great thing to know that we have brothers in Africa that is doing the Father's will, and everybody's coming in. So we really love them, and I just wanted to share that with the brothers over there, and the water elder, and all praise to the Most High.
And brother, I'm glad you brought that out, because it's even in the Lord's Prayer: forgive thy trespasses. We ask the Most High continually to forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. So even in the prayer, we're asking the Most High to forgive us to the extent we can forgive others. So a lot of brothers and sisters don't know how they cut off their own blessings by not forgiving. So it takes too much negative energy to think payback against everyone all the time. I mean, who can teach the word of God, in the spirit of vengeance and anger all the time? You can't, and that's the piece that a lot of brothers and sisters have to clean up. Thank you, my brother. You got some feedback, so I got to place you on hold there. You got feedback there. Unfortunate. Right? So yeah, we must forgive. Christ is going to forgive us to the extent we can forgive others. Right? So I don't harbor nothing against anyone who've done anything against our people or me from the past. Why? Whether you're black, white, it doesn't matter to me. Right? Because I put that on Christ. I'm like, Christ, you can deal with all that. I'm doing your will. And you can take care of those who are in the spirit of anger, vengeance, vitriol. Because it takes too much energy to be negative. A lot of these brothers and sisters don't understand that. They think, I'm doing the will of God by telling these people off. Nah. Grow up. Okay. Come to the next level of the next steps in wisdom towards the gospel, towards Christ's kingdom. Right? But what say you? Sierra has a question. Have a question. Yes, Sierra.
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom, sister. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Tawada for having me on, and Tawada for that wonderful lesson. I just had a question that I wanted to ask you, but I do want to say that the concert was amazing. The gala was amazing. I was absolutely mesmerized by the beauty of Israel. Man, we thought we were sharp in the world. Like, we thought we were clean in the world, but it's nothing compared to seeing us now, man. Just absolutely beautiful.
Were you there, or did you view it on YouTube?
I viewed it on YouTube, but we tuned in, and the music, and when you got your stick or whatever and got to doing your thing with the stick, man, I was like, man. And I'm telling you, Elder, there's no church like ours. Like, you can search for miles and you will never find one like this church. And not even just the things that we see online. It's the things that are happening in the background. It's the things that are happening in the actual bodies that we're gathering with.
Yeah.
Every Shabbat. It's absolutely amazing, and it's family. Yes. For real. And I think I want to say the water for that.
Again, the bar, I'm going to tell you, sister, you've had to, listen, I know you've seen it on the screen, but to be there was just something different. I mean, I checked out that white and gold. Man, when our people put that, when they put on those royal garments, something I know from the heavens, the Most High is like, now hold up, now there go my people, my people are coming closer. This is what a heavenly royal people looks like. And I'm gonna tell you,
that's right.
I was there. I felt the spirit of the brothers and sisters there. But there was just I have to say this before you come. There was some sister who traveled to Jordan and came back, and she bought a ticket. We did open it to everyone, but she was doing a lot of weird things. Not the sister that's over there, but another sister who's seen her, and she was fraternizing with other people. I just want to put that out there. Brothers and sisters, just speak. If anybody's trying to reach out to y'all about something with Jordan, tell them no mas, no thank you. Okay, call the elder. All right,
come.
We'll go into Jordan when Christ returns. All right, we'll go over Jordan when Christ returns. All right, but what say you?
Yes, I had a question because my husband and I were have been reading Jubilees.
Yeah.
And then we came across chapter 38.
Yeah.
It was the war between Jacob and Esau at the Tower of Hebron.
Yeah.
The death of Esau and the overthrow of his forces.
Yeah.
So on the last page of that chapter, it went into saying, because it goes into how Esau gets killed.
Yeah.
And then it went into saying, and they sent to their father to inquire whether they should make peace with them or slay them. And Jacob sent word to his sons that they should make peace, and they made peace with them and placed the yoke of servitude upon them, so that they paid tribute to Jacob and to his sons always.
Yeah.
And they continued to pay tribute to Jacob until the day that went down into Egypt. And the sons of Edom have not got quit of the yoke of servitude which the 12 sons of Jacob had imposed on them until this day. And I didn't know if that was before Moses. I mean, I know it was before Moses, but what does that part specifically mean?
Well, it specifically means that the yoke, which means they would have to serve Israel. That's what that yoke is, right? So the whole thing is, but it tell you in Genesis, right? In Genesis, when you go into Genesis, when it talks about Isaac, and it goes into Isaac's last words, he said that when the yoke is broken off of Esau, then what? Then he would get the dominion. You got that?
Oh, yes, and I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. What chapter in Genesis was it, Elder?
Let me get it here for you real quick.
Perfect.
Right?
So Genesis 27.
Genesis 27.
Genesis 27.
Thank you, Elder Lawya.
The water.
So, all right. And another thing I wanted
He sure did tell him that. Yep.
Yeah. So the yoke is Esau. There's like a glass ceiling back then. Esau, no matter what Esau could do, he could not get above Jacob. There's a yoke there. But when our people begin to sin against God, that yoke was broken off of Esau, and he catapulted Jacob and gained dominion. And our people have been under Esau ever since we lost Jerusalem, right?
Wow.
Another thing I wanted to clear up, because there's two separate accounts. Jasher's account, and there's another account of how Esau died, all right? The Jasher account is incorrect, okay? When it goes into the history of how Esau died. It was Jacob who actually ended up getting rid of Esau. And I'll be talking about that in the academy. So the whole thing is, it was Jacob who ended up killing Esau. He didn't mean to do it, but he only wanted to wound him, but he ended up killing him. And Esau's sons have been seeking vengeance under the Scottish and York rites of Freemasonry. This is why they don't include black people under those particular sects. From one generation to the next, they've been keeping that oath to actually do vengeance against Jacob. That's right, folks, because of our father Jacob ending their father Esau. But don't worry about it. That's a whole nother conversation. I'll talk to you in the academy, right? We'll talk to you Sunday about that. All right?
All right. So water elders, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yes, that's Genesis 27. The birth of Jacob and Esau is Genesis 25. Thank you, Elder Lawya. Let's see here. Pierre has a comment. And yes, Jacob ended up taking Esau out in self-defense. Esau was trying to, do him in, and that's right. Our father Jake took care of business. Pierre has a comment. I'm only going to take a few more. I have about 2-3 more, and that will conclude our broadcast for this evening. Is that Pierre? Pierre, you have...
Shalom, Elder.
Shalom, Pierre. What say you?
I got something I want to share with you that's kind of in the same vein of the topic.
Okay.
There was a battle in Mexico.
Okay.
If you pull up Wikipedia and type in the Battle of IZU, CAR.
Okay, let me pull it up. 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
Let me just pull it up with you here. Let's see here. 1 second. I'll grab that. Let me grab the page. Let's see. All right. Okay, you said the battle of what?
IZU.
IZU.
CAR.
IZU. Go ahead.
CAR.
Okay. Okay. Azabara or Izabar? Izubar.
IZUCAR.
Okay.
So like Issachar.
CAR. Okay. The Battle of Issachar is what it's
Correct.
called. Interesting.
Yes. And I was hoping to share this with you and for your arsenal if ever you pull up this same topic.
Whoa.
About the same tribe.
Okay, Captain. You got something here.
The same concept.
The Battle of Issachar, because they're telling you that the Mexicans are Issachar, right? Isn't that something? They knew. And look at that. I had no idea about this battle of Mexico when we were teaching the 12 Lost Tribes Found. It was only through the biblical geography and the description on what Issachar would be doing that we were able to understand who Issachar is prophetically in our current time. But here it is. This must be in Spanish. The Battle of Issachar. The Battle of Issachar of the Battle of the Matamoros took place during the War of Mexican Independence. So this is them telling you that they knew that the Mexicans were in fact the lost tribes, the lost tribe of Issachar.
Yes, I thought to share that because sometimes I have my Hispanic brothers and sisters on Facebook or whatever.
Look at that.
And I'm always propping up Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and I would always mention, the lost 10 tribes, but I never had any like confirmed evidence. And I came across this, and I was like,
Look at that.
I thought I'd share this with you. That was all.
Well, thank you, brother. I'm going to tell you, as we come closer to this kingdom, all this history will come to light. And I'll be touching on this in a lot of our classes, but it's what the Most High said prophetically would happen. That in the lands where it was said that ye are not my people, there it shall be told to you that ye are the sons of the living God. So the enemy named us Negro, Black, African American, Puerto Rican, Mexican. But they knew we were the 12 tribes. They knew we were the Israelites. Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate that tidbit. We're going to use that. I'm going to look into this battle also. All right? That's big time. Thank you. More confirmation. Look at that. And I'll tell you, these brothers and sisters, hey, they be up on their study. And that's one thing I love about those that are within, that follow, who have learned within the Gathering of Christ Church. Because when we begin to connect the dots, it lays the groundwork for brothers and sisters through the Holy Spirit to go into further research. Right? All praises to the Almighty for that. Justin has, let me see, have Justin, comment and or question. Shalom.
Shalom, my elder. So great to hear from you again today. In
How are
fact,
you?
the previous comment, oh my gosh, man, I'm just so blessed to continue this journey with the body of Christ.
All praises be to the Most High.
I got, for real, man, and I just got chills standing up because one thing that I actually wrote down was that something special that you did was you, at the gala, you gave a prayer and you read, but the prayer was to accelerate the message to the tribes.
Yeah.
And I know I mentioned to you previously while I had the chance to talk to you that I really felt like, you know, part of my journey is to help the tribes gather, and that it needs to be the focus right now. But I'm just so excited that, you know, this last brother came up and said, here's a record of Issachar.
Yes.
And then I already kind of am foreseeing this happening where we're going to find records of all these tribes and really help this gathering. And I just stood up and got chills. But
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But you know, you always bring it. It's a whole nother level. This week's amazing. I just wanted to clear up something that I said previously because I was so nervous last time when I first got to talk to you.
Oh, that's fine.
That the Book of Mormon was written by Egyptians, and you know, you already debunked that whole thing as soon as you said, you know, Christ told the disciples coming out of Egypt not to follow the ways of the Egyptians. And I loved that so much. But there's also a story that they teach that Nephi killed an Israelite to obtain some of those records that I talked about previously. And so it's just fascinating how you brought this out tonight and how the French and Edomites, you know, continue to try to hide and scoot things under the rug, but yet records are still here. And I just know wholeheartedly that this mission and this gathering is for the truth in Christ. And I also have to back up the comment made by the sister previously.
Okay.
That when you actually get to be a part of the body, your information accelerates every single week.
It does.
I feel like I'm having an out of body experience where, you know, you do wake up and you pray and then you're actually just guided by the Holy Spirit. If you just lay down all the crap and the sin that we've done previously and come back to the truth, this is just such a blessing, man. And I'm just so excited to be accelerating this with you and continue this journey. And thank you so much for all the work that you're doing in the name of Christ, and all praises to the Most High. But we do commend our elders, and you're so great, man. I really can't believe you actually answered my question was, you know, what is the secret cult? And you said that also already. Why, another confirmation how this serendipitous this is, this cult of soul that you're teaching.
Yep.
And then I still can't wait for you to bring out the truth about these tunnels, man. Let's expose these.
Hey, don't worry about it. We're going to talk about these tunnels We're going to be talking about what they're doing up in those tunnels this coming Friday on Patreon, part 2. What y'all doing, and we're going to title it "What Y'all Doing Underground in Those Tunnels," with a question mark. What y'all doing? And that's YALL.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the title this coming Friday. What y'all doing underground in those tunnels? Just wait this Friday, the day after tomorrow. Brother, thank you. Bless you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Let me tell you, there's some stuff going on, folks. I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to talk about it. That and more this coming Friday. What y'all doing up underground in those tunnels? All right, so I'll tell you. Hey, they make P. Diddy look like Mother Teresa. All right. 5561 area code. Let's talk about.
Elder, how are you?
I'm blessed by the best. Talk to me.
Amazing. My brother Pa Alu, I'm in the Florida body, and this truth has just been amazing, man. Over the years, I've had my time in the cult of soul, like you talked about, and my family actually is from the Gambia, which is West Africa, but they're deep in Islam, which is wild. And what you talked about today hit home, and even what Elder Rawchaa talked about hit home with that sense of feeling so disheartened when you just are genuinely seeking truth, and it's met with, I'd say gaslighting, to be honest, where it's like, oh, you're being argumentative. It's like, bro, I'm asking a question. What do you mean? So being in an African household, it's almost like that's the culture, where there's this insecure hierarchical structure where you don't question anything. You don't ask any questions. I'm sure many people can relate to that as well, too, in America. But the questions are seen as like disrespectful, or you're questioning. So I felt that when the Elder Rawchaa said that. But like you said, I'm at a point now where even, before this video with all that you guys have brought out with the academy, I don't run away from conversations, because you've built so much of my confidence in my identity, and it's like I've had worldly confidence, but this is true Godfidence, if you will, right? Knowing that you're a son or daughter of the Most High, seeing men like you and all the elders, and just the way that you guys carry yourselves, it's like, man, these are real men of valor, you know what I mean? Big Judah, big Levi, big Benjamin, and all the other tribes included.
Exactly.
And I haven't had any breakthroughs in my life as far as like the sin that so easily besets us and the sin that's common to man. I haven't had such breakthroughs, not from Islam, not from churchianity, not from pro-Black Africanism, none of that, till I got to this truth, So being in this body and seeing how you guys carry yourselves is amazing. It's like I was reading in Deuteronomy the other day, and it was talking about how it appoints judges and officers over the congregations. And, I love how you guys are in tandem with the Bible, literally. And that's amazing. When I show my Christian friends, I'm like, wait, your church doesn't have this and this and that, but this church has exactly what the Bible says. But there's still like this wall, this veil, like the children of Israel had when Moses came from the mountain and that boy was shining. But it was talking about not like the officers not being a respecter of persons. And I've seen that, and I've heard that as well too, where brothers are like, yeah, I love that brother, Elder Rawchaa, or I love that brother, Elder Lawya, or whoever. And they're like, but those men, as much as I love them, they will check you, if they need to check you. And again, it's all praises to the Most High.
Well,
and that's
thank you,
true
brother.
love. I've always seen true love.
Well, thank you, brother. Great points, and I'm glad you're here, brother. Get ready.
Amen.
Get ready.
Come on.
You seen Islam, you seen everything else, and guess what? What's confirmed in the Holy Spirit is that you found the truth. Let me tell you, you can't get understanding like this. And as a matter of fact, Islam and modern day Christianity was set up to keep us in darkness. Okay, so So, brother, thank you. And hey, welcome to the spiritual righteous war. Okay. That through Christ, none of us can lose. Shalom. Christ, by the way, y'all, Christ is king. Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
A lot of brother. I just wanted to say thank you guys for your steadfastness and your perseverance through everything. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Shalom. Oh, yeah, they don't like when people say Christ is king. Oh, they can't stand that. He's king. Okay. Any respect others has received by our people who believed in Christ for years in the Christian church, even when it comes to those who are in jury right now, any respect they've garnered is through our belief in love that we have for Christ. So any respect that they have garnered from us was by extension of Christ, whom we thought was connected with them. Okay. But now we found out that they don't, that they have nothing to do with Christ. Okay, well, hey, you on your own on that one. Deuces. All right, we have Rosa, then we have the sax player, and then 910. That will conclude our calls for this evening. I'll just take a few more. Let's try to make it 2 minutes per so that I can actually relax this evening. Christ is king. Talk to me. Oh yeah, by the way, I see the sister Candace Owens. I see her on her journey, right? And guess what? I'm following her journey closely, right? And right now she converted to the Catholic faith. That was a step towards things, but she's so inquisitive and digging into what's going on in the higher rungs that I believe that the same research she have done concerning the people who have now ostracized and fired her, well, I believe that same research is going to happen when she start delving into the history of the Christian church, right? And guess what? And when that happens, I'm having my popcorn ready, because this sister is one of the more logical, poignant debaters of our time. So I'll be cheering her on. She's already tying fire to these others, but wait till she start diving into what's going on in the Catholic Church, and she will. And then after that, we're going to say, Candace, all right, daughter of Zion, are you ready to come into Israel now? But hey, I'm getting my popcorn ready, because that sister of Zion be tied. Let me tell you, they created a monster. It was okay when you created that monster to say the things about us that you couldn't say publicly, when you were using her as a sock puppet. But guess what? She's turned on you. And I believe it's Christ in her. It's Christ in her that's exposing the higher rungs of media. But I can't wait till she get off of these other people and focus on the Vatican. And when she's ready, I'll be sending her emails with fuel, with enough information to finish what she started. Because guess what? You can't go against one leg of the monster only to run to the other leg of the monster. Okay? If you're going, you got to take, in order to take down the giant, you must cut down both of the legs by the knees. So Candace, when you need to understand what's going on with the Vatican, hold on. I got a book for you in case, because you talked about Kanye West. I may pop up, Candace, or you may be looking already. Oh, yeah. Candace, if you're out there, Candace, you need to get this book. It's called In the Closet of the Vatican. Keep it in the closet. Uh-huh. Candace, make sure you get this book since you've joined Catholicism. What's going on in that closet? In the closet of the Vatican, Candace. So get this book, and that now you can finish what you started on the other side of Esau's power. All right? All right, what you got, Rosa? I'm digressing. I'm digressing right now. Candace, here you go, Candace. If you see this in the closet of the Vatican. You know what? I may pull a few pages out of this coming Sunday. But I digress, right? Uh-huh. Talk to us, Rosa. Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all can't see this. In the closet of the Vatican, power, homosexuality, and hypocrisy by Frederick Martel. Y'all probably can't see that because for the light. Power, homosexuality, and hypocrisy in the closet of the Vatican. That's all I got to say on that.
See this in the closet of the Vatican. Power, homosexuality.
Oh, okay, Rosa. Okay, Rosa, you can't.
Power, homosexuality, and hypocrisy. Frederick Martel.
Hold up. That was you, Ramar, by mistake, I suppose. All right, Rosa, what say you?
Shalom.
Shalom. How you doing, Rosa?
Elder, I don't know. I was already on earlier.
I'm sorry. I circled around.
But
I'm sorry. I circled around. I'm sorry about that. Let's go to the next one. 910 area code. I apologize. I'm at a loss for time. We're going to 910 and we will end it with the sax player.
Okay.
910, talk to us. Keep it in the closet. That's what Michael Jackson told you.
Hello? Hello?
Because something about you, baby. Keep it in the closet.
Hello?
I'm with you. Hold on. I'm
Elder?
singing a song. That make me want. Whatever you do, keep it in the closet. Pow. Boom. Boom. Uh-huh. The Vatican. Whatever you do. What's going on out there? There's some weird stuff going on. I tell you that. What say you, sister? What's your name?
Yes, my name is Minnie, Elder.
How you doing?
I'll make it brief because I know how are you, Elder?
I'm doing well.
It has to do. That's great. That's great. It has to do with a story. I've been following you and Elder Lawya for years. Years. And I remember a story Elder Lawya said when Naphtali ran so fast over the corn, the ears of corn.
Yeah.
And when I read it in the Apocrypha, he ran back to get a deed to prove that they had the rights to this, to bury Jacob in this cave.
Absolutely.
So could you find that story and read it again? Because I thought I was hearing you say something else about Jacob getting rid of Esau. And I don't know, maybe I wasn't listening correctly.
No. In the book of Josh, it has a different account of how Esau died.
Right.
Yeah.
His head got chopped off.
Yeah. But,
okay, by the someone that was with the...
But that gives an account for Dan. But it was through the seed of... It was through Jacob's bloodline to get rid of Esau. But Jasher doesn't have the correct account for that. It was Jacob was Jacob who killed Esau in self-defense. And I'll show you all that this coming Sunday if you're there.
Yeah, because I read the story and I got kind of confused because his sons didn't do it. It was someone that was with his son that wasn't too bright or something, and he jumped up and chopped Esau's head off. And they ran off his son. Esau's sons ran off with the body.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but
All
I'm
right, so
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
show you
clear
the
that up.
correct account this Sunday. Don't worry about that. All right.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you. Last call for this evening. We have the sax player. Last call for this evening. Shalom, my brother.
Shalom, my brother from another mother.
There it is. Talk to me.
Hey, talk to me quick. Oh, there was something else that summit there. It was great. It was nice to see everybody in there, and the spirit was like, when we practiced really hard, you know, everybody there. And
Yeah.
it showed up when you got on stage there and you got up there, and it's like the Holy Spirit was moving and rolling. It's like, it's very good, you know. It's always better for me with a live band playing, because you can get the feeling, and the feeling goes with the Holy Spirit when you're playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when Micah was doing with you and everything like that. And it was so nice. We get so much closer together when we get together like that and practice together and camaraderie. And then it's nice just to see all the saints there and be with them and talk with them and everything, and with the elders and everything like that. And all the white, everybody in the white, man, it's like, it's something else, man. The colors and everything. You
It
know,
was
the
absolutely
performances
awesome.
were great. It was great. But that was a good idea to go to Jamaica. I never been there, but I got a lot of Jamaican friends and musicians that I know in the past. They're good people, Jamaican. I never met Elder Rawchaa yet in person, but I like to do that one day. And that'd be a perfect place, Jamaica, as long as we can keep Peter Tosh and Bob Marley and Eddie Grant and Rick James away with that smoke, you know.
Mm-hmm. My
'Cause
they
love smoking that stuff.
Man, let me tell
All
you.
right, be blessed. Be blessed.
Thank you, brother. And before you go, I'd like to
I'm
thank
all
you.
praises.
I'd like to thank you for all you do and support the work and your talent, and we're gonna do more, brother. Keep on. Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna come there.
Just
I'm
keep
gonna
on.
come there.
Just
We're
keep.
gonna hook up and get some together.
Yeah, just keep on sharpening
We're
those
playing that.
those chops, right? But I got a
Yeah,
pitch. I got a
keep
picture up.
working at it.
I got a picture up. I'm going back to my old days right here. Look at that. I kicked that hat up from the floor, right? That was the first thing. And slowly, I was looking at, I'm like, this thing better fall on my head. I'll tell you all that. I say, this thing, I'm like, I'm looking at it. It better go right. And then I looked down. I said, okay, hold up now. I think I got it all lined up there. And all of a sudden, bam. I'm gonna tell you, I still got it. I still got it, young man. I still got those skills.
Yeah.
we had a good time.
We'll sharpen it up. We'll
was
do something again. We'll
it
do
was
something else. Maybe
let me
in
tell you.
Jamaica, London. I don't know.
Let me tell you, boy. I'm like, man. When we grew up and we was stepping and doing that thing, they thought hey, we may have to do
Go in the bathroom and have that echo.
You know what? You know what? We may have to do like a small mini series on how from the world how we found the truth. Get some actors involved in all of that and go straight from our young age and to the point where the Most High gave us this truth out of the Christian church into the world and back to the Most High. Oh yeah, but man, it was so much fun last weekend, brother, and there's many to come.
Yeah, yes it was. Yeah, many of them to come. I'm looking forward to it. All praises and the King of Kings.
Let me tell
all
you,
praises to Him.
This is surely, I thank the Most High. This is surely the Church of Christ, because one thing I like about it, brother, is that everyone can be themselves.
Yeah,
we can all give glory to Christ in the Spirit. You know, in the Spirit, He gifted us with individually, without having to become carbon copies of somebody. Everyone have their own spirit, diverse gifts, but one body. And I just love the fact
that's how the Most High got it. Wanted that.
That's what a nation is about. It's not about everybody got a bow tie trying to sound like the same guy. Nah, the body of Christ has many different working parts, and I'm so glad that the expression of who we are as a people don't change just because we have the truth. right? The personalities.
Just like you said it.
Exactly. I love, let me
You
tell
said
you.
that they ain't got nothing on us.
Hey,
They
man.
ain't got nothing on us, the music world. You said it. I just looked at you.
Brother, this is surely the Church of Christ. Thank you, my brother.
Exactly. 100 on that one. All praises, and I'll see you soon, my brother.
All right.
Shalom.
Thank you. Shalom. Well, that concludes our broadcast for this evening. Thank you, Elder Rawchaa, Elder Dell, Elder Rawchaa, all the elders who have been holding it down. Thank you, elders on the phone. God, I'll call you back in about 5 minutes, okay? And have a great night, Elder Lawya. I'll call you tomorrow. All right? All right, with that, shalom. That concludes our broadcast for this evening. I'm Elder Rawchaa, and this has been a great, great broadcast with a lot of history. Judah the Jew revealed. And if anyone have questions at all concerning who we are, tell them we're the children of Israel. And what, y'all? You got it. We're back.
To a land where no mankind dwelt,
we went.
The 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we be. Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans. Our highest gathering Israel. The Arabs and Africans told us at gunpoint. Together our wives and children then sold us. In the belly of these great ships we traveled in fear. By the rivers of Babylon we found our brothers here. A high gatherer in Colombia, Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans. A highest gathering Israel, Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians. A highest gathering Israel. Reuben from Australia, Issachar, the Mexicans. That's who we be. Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, Levi, the Haitians, Manasseh, the Cubans, Ephraim from Puerto Rico, Naphtali from the Isles of Hawaii. The Lord is calling back Israel. Zebulon from Panama, Gad, the North American Indians, Simeon, the Dominicans. Our highest gathering Israel.